Hi guys, welcome to my channel. We're gonna talk about some of the tactics in chess to win quickly. Here I have some of these ideas which I'm going to explain are really helpful. In this video I'm gonna talk about pin, skewer, fork, etc. These ideas are simple if you people learn. It's gonna help you in the middle games especially. It is useful for the beginners to develop an attack. First we're gonna talk about the pins. There are two types of pin, absolute pin and relative pin. Let's go to the video. Here I have two examples of an absolute pin, one with rook and other with queen. In this position, g1 rook moved to a1 and pinning the bishop. The bishop is in between the opponent king and the attacking rook. So moving the bishop is illegal. The bishop cannot move. There is the only option to move the king. If the king moved to b8, the a4 bishop is unprotected. So we can capture the bishop with rook. This is one of the example of absolute pin. In this position, c2 queen moved to g6 and pinning the knight with the king. The knight cannot move. It's illegal. So only option to move the king. If the king move, we can capture the knight for free with the queen. This is the second example. Now we are moved to relative pins. In this position, bishop to g5, pinning the black knight with queen. In this pin, the black knight can move, but they don't want to move because it's attacking the black queen indirectly. If the black knight moves, the black queen is gonna lose. This is called relative pin. Now we talk about forks. Forks can made with rook, knight, bishop, queen, even king and pawn. We can do it. We will see one by one. In this position, h4 rook moved to a4. It attacking both bishop and knight at the same time. If the black knight moved to c3, attacking white rook, you can capture the bishop. If the bishop moved to c8, we can capture the knight. If the bishop moved to c4, protecting the black knight, we can take the bishop. In this position, knight on f5 moved to d6. It is attacking both king and queen at the same time. This is a fork made with knight. He need to move a king. No option. When he move the king, we can capture the queen. In this position, a4 bishop moved to c6. Bishop is forking the knight and rook in a same diagonal. If knight moved to c7, we can capture the g2 rook. If the rook moved to g6, attacking black bishop, we can get the white knight. In this position, b3 queen moved to d5 and make a check. The queen is making a check. At the same time, it forked the black knight and rook. So black cannot save either of the pieces. The king need to move. When king move to e7, we can get the rook because rook is more powerful than knight. Now we talk about family fork. The family fork can made with knight only. In this position, the knight on d5 is more powerful. When knight moved to c7, it attacks 5 pieces at the same time. The king is in check now. So the king needs to move. When king moves, we can capture any one of the black pieces among these. But the most powerful piece in the board is queen. So we capture the queen. But depending upon our situation, we can capture either one of the pieces. In this position, e4 king moved to d5, attacking knight and bishop at the same time. If the bishop move, we can capture the knight. If the knight move, we can capture the bishop. If the rook move to d8 and make a check, we can capture either the knight or bishop. In this position, the b2 pawn is more powerful. When b2 pawn move to b3, it attacking knight and rook at the same time. Both of the pieces cannot capture that pawn, so they need to move. If the knight move to anywhere like d2, we can capture the rook. For example, if the rook move to a5, we can get the knight. These are some of the examples of forks which will help in the middle game to improve. Now we go to skewers. In this position, white rook is behind the king. So when black queen move to e2 or e3, the king has to move. When king move, we can capture the rook. This is called skewer. In this position, the black queen is behind the black king. So when white rook move to b2 with a check, the king need to move. When king move, we can get the queen. In this position, the black knight is behind the diagonal of black king. When white bishop move to f3 and make a check, the king need to move. The black king moves, we capture the black knight. These are some of the examples of skewers we learned. Now we move on to in between move. In between move, it means when the opponent tries to attack our pieces, we try to save our pieces, right? But in between, we need to make a move before we move our attack piece. Now we see the example. In this position, black knight move to e4, attacking white knight and bishop at the same time. So white need to save both the pieces. So white knight capture the black knight. Now white knight attack the black queen. At the same time, white bishop and white queen, two pieces are attacking the black bishop on b4. But black bishop has only one defender, that is knight on c6. Only c6 knight is protecting that bishop. But two pieces are attacking black bishop. So black has no option. He has to capture the white bishop. After white bishop capture, now black bishop is attacking the white queen. This is the time we need to make a in between move. So white knight on e4 capture the queen and make a check. When black pawn capture the knight, we capture the bishop. In this position, black queen and black rook on a same file. So here, queen to f8 with a check. The rook need to capture the black queen because the king cannot move anywhere. So we capture the white rook with our black rook and mate. The king has nowhere to go. Even the white queen and bishop cannot come in between. The king has mated because by their own pieces covered the king. The king cannot escape from that rank. This is called back rank mate. In this position, the black queen on e4 move to e5 and make a check. If the rook comes in between, we capture the white rook. But if the king moves instead, we move black knight to c7 and make a check. Then king moves to b7. Knight on a6 check. The knight cannot capture with a pawn because queen also make a check. It's called discovered check. So king need to move. This is the only option. If the king move to c8, the queen to c7 is a mate. So the king has only one option, move to a8. Queen to b8 check. The king cannot capture the queen because the knight is protecting the queen. So the rook is the only option to capture the queen. We sacrifice the queen because knight to c7 is a mate. This is called smothered mate. And that's it guys. I hope you enjoy my video. See you again. Thank you. Bye.